Well, the search area for those two fugitives on the run in New York State, it has shifted again after spending the weekend scouring the woods just north of the New York-Pennsylvania border. Authorities have now changed their focus back to northern New York after receiving tips about a possible sighting near a campground. Joining us to discuss all of these developments is former FBI Special Agent and former Navy SEAL T Gilliam. Good to see you and have you here to talk through all of this. I kind of want to do a primer on what happened since June 6th. I think it is advisable. So June 6th, this initial search area up north, authorities followed this tip to Willsboro. Dogs picked up a heavy scent there and tracked it to Katyville. Otherwise, there have been few developments. So then next up, the weekend search we see down in this area near Friendship. Police Friday announcing that two men matching the description had been spotted the previous week down near the border. State troopers searched that area of Friendship. In fact, police say a woman said that they saw two men emerge from the woods, one with a hood on, put a hood on, the other one dashed back into the woods. Last but not least, where they are right now, up near, also the Adirondacks, right? This is a ski resort area up here in Franklin County. Tips came in of a possible sighting of some sort of camp. We know a command post has been set up, Jonathan. This is about 47 miles from the Clinton Correctional Facility. Seems like bouncing around.
Right.
We know 1,400 leads have come in. Is this how it goes in a case like this? You just got to follow the hot leads?
Typically, this amount of leads will come in. What has to be done, though, is as the leads come into the command post, they have to be categorized, they have to be assigned, and then they have to be cleared. If they're not following that process, they can find themselves covering old leads over and over again. They can find themselves giving leads to two different groups or leads that don't get covered. So you have to categorize these things. This has to be structured that way.
Okay, now we also understand that this area down here near the Pennsylvania border, essentially they've halted that search right now. There are some resources we understand left in this area in case it nets something. Do you agree with calling off that search and just sort of assessing that as a dead lead? What are your thoughts?
Well, it depends on how they searched it.
Okay.
And so what I was talking with you about earlier is you have to, which I haven't seen, maybe they're doing it this way, but a lot of the times when you search a lead, a really good lead, there's a couple of things that you have to do. And so we can go to the board here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, let's say that this is where the last known point of origin was. So what you have there is three things. You have a place where you can send a quick reaction force.
Okay.
That quick reaction force can then search out.
And how do you determine how far out you search?
Well, okay, so that's where I'm going to go. So the other thing that you have is you have how far could they have gone walking.
Okay.
All right, that is, let's say, this area right here.
Okay.
Since the time of that call.
Fair.
That area you can send a larger group to and search in. Right?
From the outside
From
in.
the outside. Right. Now you got these two. It looks like a big wheel spoke. Also, you get a third thing, which is...
Let's do that one in blue so you can see it.
So you'll have a blocking force, what we call in the military, which is a blocking force perimeter. And basically what you have, this is a big perimeter, and you're not going to have enough men to search this. This would be literally thousands or hundreds of square miles.
Is that air support?
Air support, and really, this is where you want to really notify law enforcement to be looking in this direction. Right, so we know they're not going to be coming from that direction. So you should be monitoring, setting up checkpoints for anything that's coming from this direction. Any of the roads, freeways, railroads, anything that they could get on and move quickly.
The idea is that here would be on foot. The further detail would be if they had gotten either some assistance, motorized vehicle, or got on a train, like we've seen reports that they were seen near train tracks.
This is all search area. This is perimeter. And basically blocking force to not let them go further past that. Okay,
and so you've been fairly critical that they haven't followed this procedure.
I haven't seen it, and I haven't heard it from the people I know that are involved in it. A lot of this comes down to the quick reaction force, which I don't know if they have that set up or not, but a quick reaction force is somebody that is a group of people, a smaller group of highly trained individuals that you can get to this point and flood this area, but they have to be looking at the distance they could travel since the call came in and search inward. I don't see that, and I haven't typically seen that.
Well, we know that this is not an area looking at. This is where they're focusing their efforts right now. T Gilliam, really a pleasure to have you here with us, walking us through that. Allison?